Hello everybody, hi. I know it's been a while. Welcome back to my channel. A lot has happened since the last time I uploaded, but now I have some time on my hands. I'm taking a break right now from work, and I thought I would just revive this channel. So I'm going to be uploading as much as I can from now on. So today I would like to talk about how I got into medical school. Some of you that have been watching my channel know that I'm a Nigerian that studied in Poland, and I get a lot of questions as to how I got into medical school, what was the application process, and how did I fulfill the conditions needed to be admitted as a medical student. So in this video I'm going to be talking all about the behind the scenes processing. So if you'd like to hear about that, please continue to watch, and please do not forget to subscribe and like this channel, like this video. Sorry, talking as if I'm really new on YouTube. So yeah, I left Nigeria for Poland in 2007, April to be exact. I think April 11th. I will not forget that day. Okay, so prior to that, I have been trying to gain admission into medical schools here in Nigeria, but for some reason it never worked out. It was always one thing or another, and it is not as if I did not have the minimum requirements, but one thing would happen and I would miss the admission for that year. One thing would happen, or I would not be able to go for the exams, because each medical school is in Nigeria, actually each university is in Nigeria, they have these exams, internet exams for students seeking admission, and this continued for 3 to 4 years, and my mom was like, that's it, you're leaving this country. So that was how I began to look into schools outside the country. At first I looked in because in Nigeria, schools, European countries then were not as popular as it is right now. So then the only countries that people were kind of aware of, or the only countries that people were kind of aware of was the USA, Canada, and UK. So my first option was to go to the USA, and I did my research. I found out that you could not get into their medical schools except you have a first degree, or you go in through the first degree. And my mom thought that was just a waste of time. So I looked into the UK. It was very expensive, super duper expensive, and we couldn't afford it. And so a colleague of mine told me about Poland. And I was like, oh, okay, Poland. I mean, I've heard of Ireland, I've heard of Iceland, but Poland, I don't know. And so we looked into it, and he said that this is around February of that year. He said, you know what, the admissions into medical school is over for that year, and if you know you want to leave the country immediately, why don't you go in through language studies, and that way you would be able to learn the language and just be familiar with the culture, so that when you start medical school, things won't be that strange. And I said, okay. So I applied to the University of Łódź for a language course. It's a very popular school in Poland, known for having this 6 months or 9 months language course for foreigners. So I applied for the 6 months course. Then it was 1,500 or 1,600-ish euros. So I applied for that, and I got my admission letter within a month, I think, and went to the embassy, got my visa the same day. Now it is quite different, actually. The process is quite different, but then it was instantaneous. I got my visa the same day, and within a week I was out of the country. So I got to Poland, I did the 6 months course, and the next thing was to apply for the medical school. When I did, I got the admission. Oof. Then my family was going through some sort of financial crisis, and the tuition in Poland was just not feasible for us. It was 10,000 euros then. So a colleague of my mom suggested that I should look into Ukraine. It was way cheaper, which I did, and I found out that it was so cheaper. In fact, it was cheaper than most private medical schools in Nigeria. Then it was $3,500, $3,600, which was so cheaper than some medical schools here in Nigeria. And considering the fact that then the value of Naira was a bit better than it is right now, $2. So I went to Ukraine, I did my preclinical years there, which was 3 years. I was there from 2007 to 2010, November 2007 actually. And medical school in Ukraine was quite exciting, quite interesting, and quite exciting. And I'm glad I did my pre-med years then actually, because they gave me a solid foundation in medical school, in medicine. I cannot imagine doing medical school somewhere else and be able to have that kind of foundation. So the foundation was quite strong. Medical school was not stressful at all for me in Ukraine, and I can say that for most of my classmates, if not all. Medical school was not stressful compared to schools in maybe in my home country like Nigeria or some other places. It wasn't stressful at all, and the teachers were quite good. In fact, most of our teachers were professors in various fields. So that was quite interesting. But I've always had my eyes on Poland. So when my family's financial status got better, I decided to transfer back to Poland in my third year. That's after my third year, which I did. I had a year's delay because of some logistics problem. But in 2011, September, I got admitted into the Medical University of Silesia in Katowice, Poland, to start fourth year medical school. So I spent 3 years in Ukraine and 3 years in Poland, which was also quite interesting and quite exciting. And I think I'm going to talk about my period in medical school later in another video. But yeah, this was quite the process. So I'm going to leave below the website of these two schools and how to go about applying into medical school. Now, the minimum requirements for Nigerians, for people from Nigeria, because I feel like most schools have different minimum requirements for different countries. For Nigerians, they expect 5 credits from core science subjects. That's biology, physics, chemistry, mathematics also. English was not compulsory. You could use an English exam to substitute for a credit in English in a WAEC or NECO. So you could use IELTS or TOEFL. But I had my credit in English from my high school diploma, so that was not a problem. So that's all basically what you need. Those are the minimum academic requirements to get into medical school. Then you need an international passport, because you would need the number of the international passport for your admission letter and for all interaction or all correspondence between you and the university. You would also need application fee. Now, application fee to medical schools in Poland can range from $100 to $120 equivalent. You have to pay in their currency. So, but equivalent of this in dollars is what I just mentioned. So apart from application fee, you would also need to submit or DHL authenticated documents of your high school documents. So how you're going to go about this is you have to book an appointment at the embassy, at the Polish embassy in your country, and go in there, take in your original documents. That's your original WAEC or original NECO, or if you have a combination of results. You take in your original documents to the embassy, and the ambassador or someone that has the authority to would put a stamp on it and scribble some things on it to show that this is original and these are the academic requirements, or these are the things that are done in your country. So WAEC, for instance, is accepted in Nigeria, NECO is accepted in Nigeria, and so this is the job of the ambassador or someone with authority to authenticate that these are the things that are accepted in Nigeria. And you also have to pay a fee for that as well. I think for me, during my time, I didn't do my own in Nigeria, I did my own in Poland, but now I know that it's a requirement, so you have to do that in Nigeria. I'm not sure as to how much the fee is, but everything is on the website, which I'm going to leave down below. And so when you've done this, you go onto the website of the school, you fill in an application form, you either send these documents through DHL, not your original documents, please. Either send them through DHL, or you can upload them and send them as an attachment to an email. That's some schools actually accept that. And definitely when you get to Poland, you have to obviously show them the originals of these documents. Recently, some schools have started to do interviews online. So they do interview on Skype or interview online or on Zoom. And I'm sure that this interview are just what's the word now? Are just formality. So there is no pass or fail. I mean, obviously there can be an obvious fail, but you know what I mean. If you're a good student and you have dreams and you have purpose, I'm sure that the interview will be a breeze. So yeah, that was it actually. Would I advise anyone to go to Poland or to Ukraine to study medicine? Definitely, but it depends what the plans are, like what your future plans are. So, for instance, sorry for that, I just touched my mic. So, for instance, if your plan is to come back to Nigeria to work, I would, yeah, I would definitely suggest that you go out to these countries to study medicine. If your plans are to go to the UK to work, if possible, if you have the financial ability to just go straight to the UK to study, that would be better because going through the hassle of PLAB and IELTS is just too much. If your plan is to go to the US to work after graduating, I would definitely suggest you go to Poland or Ukraine to study because you can always write USMLE during medical school. Alright, so that's it pretty much. If you have any questions, please leave it down in the comments section and I will be sure to respond to everyone. And if you'd also like any topic for me to talk about on, please also leave it in the comment section and I'll ensure to do a video on that and upload it next. Thank you very much. Bye.